I'm Gary Jenkins, and welcome back to the beauty of oil painting. It's nice to see you guys again. Today I'm going to paint my favorite flower, the rose, but this is a little bit different, and I'm working on a larger canvas, which is an 18 by 24. Let's take a look at the painting. Don't you love it? Nice oval in here with a black acrylic. And look at the gold frame with the linen liner and a little bit of a gold lip to set the whole thing off. Notice how the leaves are breaking the oval to give it more of a three-dimensional look. Love it. We even have one little red rose in there. And how that happened. This is ultra smooth canvas. Let's look at this. The canvas I'm working on. This is, of course, like I said, an oval, a black acrylic around, and then I went inside with acrylic. Now you guys, you can make up your own colors. They don't have to be these colors. I've got a little blue. You know, I always like to get a little red in there, maybe a little phthalo or yellow green in here, a little touch of black. And as it comes down, you notice I hit that nice beautiful white down there. Woo! Let's come down to the old palette. I'm going to just play for a minute. Let's take some of this Indian yellow, which is a beautiful transparent yellow. And before we start in with the flowers, I wanted to show you what this yellow does. It's just a glaze, but look at how this glaze going over that white, which is a dry acrylic, gives your painting this wonderful bright, look at that, bright, luminous quality, even wiping out. Look at a little area like that. I'm going to come down and pick up a little more of my Indian yellow. Oh, gee, I like that so much. Let's just kind of spread it around a little bit. Now, it won't show too much on the top because it gets into the darker colors. Indian yellow works best when there's a lighter color behind it. Look at that. And now this kind of giving it a coat all over the place ties the top down into the bottom. Now, what would happen if we wanted to really punch this area? Let's take our Indian yellow and a touch of white. Titanium white, that's the best white, guys. And we're going to take that, no medium, no nothing. I'm going to go right in this really bright area right here and hit it. Let's get a little more white. Just a touch more. And hit it. Now that's what I want. I'm going to take and spread that out a little bit. Now you can use your finger to spread it out. See? Yeah. Now, another thing I forgot to tell you, that on top of this acrylic, I have a coat of linseed oil on here. Get a little white on there. There's a coat of linseed over the whole thing. This is going to let my, very important, and it's going to let my stroke just flow along. I'm going to do something here. This is something I do in paintings I don't have a chance to do. So I'll do it in the beginning. Now look how I'm going to kind of roll that brush. Can you see? See how it kind of, I'm taking that color, it's like colored, it's like smoke coming up and just kind of weaving it. It gives it a fantasy look. So you don't want to just paint flowers that are just there. If you're going to do that, take a photograph. Don't go through all the painting process. Now look at that. Now let's come on over here and just have a hint of that. Okay, well, we better get on those roses. I start playing so much up here, getting into all this fantasy stuff, and I love to take colors and push it around, but we better get on with it. We have one red rose, and then we come down to a bunch of white ones. So let's go in and take a little bit of our alizarin, and we're just going to block in where this top rose is going. Now I'm going to go around and just block in color. Look at that, how much. If I went into that and took a touch of black and put in the center, and then took and painted that out to set that center down, can you see how that almost looks like a rose just sitting back? Clean the brush. Now I have black and white. This is good old oil paint. And I'm going to come in here with my gray, and we'll test it and say, is that too bright? Maybe it is. So, now I'm comparing, this is interesting, I'm comparing my mixture to the white of the canvas. But when I come up on my canvas, the background is dark. So normally when you mix down here on your palette, you probably will mix it too light. So you have to test it. I'm going to put a little more dark with it, a little more black. That's all I'm doing down here is mixing more black with it. I'm going to come up here and put a little black up here. Now, I'm going to spread that around. Remember, I have that linseed back there. Very important. Overlap the background. And come on down. Now, I'm not going to put any centers in. All I'm doing is blocking it in. This way, without committing ourselves to painting each and every flower, if I don't like where it is, I can move it at this stage without having to undo a lot of petals and stuff. Another one here. Boy, I tell you, I like working on top of the acrylic, which seals the canvas up beautifully. And let your strokes flow along. Now, I don't want this one directly underneath that one, so I'm going to pull it over. Okay. Now we have them all blocked in. Now we're going to take some color. Down on the palette, we'll take crimson, a little touch of cabbage light. And let's come up to this one. I'm going to put some color in the middle of that. And some color in here. And some color here. And some color here. Whoa, look at that color. And we're going to pull that out in the direction the roses are facing. Now, if you're just starting out there, or even if you guys have been painting roses, I want you to follow along with what I'm doing. We have a garden full of roses. We must have 90 rose bushes. And I tell you, they're all blooming and doing their thing. Look at this. I'm going to show this to you. This is called an Eden rose, and they're old-fashioned heritage roses. Look at this. Can you see how beautiful that is? Look at that. Look at this color. Look at that. Can you see the kind of a yellowy green color in there and the pinks? And this is right out of our garden. Kathy just picked them this morning and brought them in. Our garden is just wonderful, full of flowers. It's just coming through with all the blooms and buds and stuff. Now, let's take sap green, a little touch of burnt sienna, and we're right in where that dark is. We're going to come out with some leaves. Boom, 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 boom. And come on in here. And notice how loose and free. None of this tight stuff. Keep it loose. And another shot in here. And in here. And maybe we'll take our green, sap green, and crimson, maybe a little of that Indian yellow deep. I don't know what that'll do. We'll see. And come out here and get in some larger rose leaves. Phthalo yellow green. And let's take it. Whoa, hello, honey. Let's put it in and let's see what happens. That might be a little bright. Don't know. And then we'll put a little touch over here. Don't know yet. Till we get some more stuff in. I kind of like that. And coming out here. Now remember, I have linseed on the back. I just wiped the brush, and I'm going to just take what's there and pull it around. You see? And another one here. Let the color run off your brush. Yes. Oh boy, there's so much in this painting. I have a little stuff. There's going to be some buds up here. And I'll probably forget to put them in. And maybe a little shot here. And here. Yes. Yes. Is that too bright? Maybe. Always just put your stroke down. If it's too bright, you can always go over it. A little darker. There's a little darker blue going in, just to kind of kill that color a little bit. But I like that bright up on the top. Maybe a little bit of our phthalo red rose in white. I'm going to play with that edge. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, maybe some of that light is, oh, such a light. Oh, yes. Look at the way the light's hitting. Leave these let those stay in the dark. Let's put this rose in. It's all sitting there, waiting to have its head, its face painted. Cabin light. We're going to pick up that no medium. Whoa, honey. Will somebody help me? That is El Brito, but that's okay. Let's just see what it does. Give it a chance to work. Now on the dark side, I'm going to use less pressure and not push down as hard because I want this back side to go into shadow. Yes. Maybe a phthalo red rose and a touch of white. Not too much. And a little touch there, just a little. Oh, yes. Okay, let's get on with it. Sure. Or otherwise, our time will be gone. And we'll have no flowers. Let's take our white. El Whito, no medium. And in it goes. And we'll pick out the petal that's overlapping first. Okay. Then sometimes, well, we'll get one in here. Sometimes you can use the side of your brush to get some of the foreshortened edges. A little more white, but not too much. And we just barely hit it because we don't want too much light getting back here. So we just hit it and get back out. A little more white. And we'll pick this petal out of here. Yes. Go out and pick your flowers out of the garden. Set them up and paint them. Here we have a belly. This is the belly of the rose. Now you can see I have a touch of Indian yellow with the white. Boom. And then using the side. And this one overlaps that one. Oh, and this one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Get your pencil out, your pen, and just get some real flowers and sketch them. Because that's all I'm doing when I'm up here doing this stuff, is I'm actually painting or drawing while I'm painting. Because if you just stroke your canvas and you don't know where those petals go, you have just a bunch of strokes up here that don't really mean anything. Don't you love that color? Whew. Look at this. And we'll get a little more white, an Indian yellow. White and Indian yellow. Or maybe another petal. Now you guys have more time, I know, to play. And I don't have all that time, but check out this. Wow. Make sure it's cool. Now this is oval. That means it's turned to the side. Okay, let's take more white. We'll back off of that yellow. Maybe a little touch of pink. And in goes the next one. Oh, look at that one pop. Look at it pop out of there. Yes. And this is kind of a cup shape right here. And again, we're on the inside. Less pressure, so you don't put down as much paint. Around we go, round and round. Don't you love that? Whew. I could paint roses forever. Ever, 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 ever. I could do roses on every show, but you guys might get bored with it. So I do a lot of other stuff, which is okay. You have to learn how to paint all kinds of flowers. Let's come down and take our white. White again. And we have another belly. The white is very dry. Yes. And back here. Oh, look at this going. And back here. Keep it loose. Keep it loose and free. You don't want to tighten up. Roses, a rose by any other name is still a rose. Roses are tough to do, I know. But if you practice, you'll be painting the most beautiful flowers. The rose is just the most beautiful flower in the whole world. And if you practice, you'll fall in love with them like I have. I go out in the garden with a cup of coffee, and I sit there and I just watch the flower. I look at the petals. I go up and I feel the petals, smell them. Huh. Down on the bottom, stems coming in. Another one here. Another one kind of coming around this way. Maybe we have something coming off of that. Ooh, there's some blue in there. I like that blue. Let's take some of that blue. Oh, look at that. You love that blue color. Cerulean blue and white. Yeah. In here. You see it that way? We have some darker leaves. Sap green and a touch of sienna. And we have another darker leaf. up here. Just let that stroke flow towards the back. See? And another shot here, overlapping those lighter leaves to push them back. Very important. You can see the wonderful depth that we're getting. Maybe this leaf just kind of tucks in behind. Maybe we'll have a leaf coming over the top to set that flower back. Buds. Buds are pretty in. Let's come down to the palette. Let me show you this brush. This is a filbert. Paints beautiful buds. I'll do my little fun bud for you. Let's take our crimson, which is a nice dark red, and we'll put our green on the tip. And you guys, if you've been watching the show, you know how this is done. Green comes off first. Then you push and you come back and there's a bud. And you come in, you push and you come back and there's another bud. Now don't go bud crazy, because I know this is simple to do. Now remember, I'm using synthetic brushes, and it's very important that your brushes come to a nice chisel edge. Maybe there's some buds that haven't opened yet, but maybe there's a little bit of red showing. Notice how they're drooping and curving around. Cool. Now, when you're working, always stand back, which is what I'm going to do. Stand back, look at the painting, make sure you're not leaving anything off of here. Get some of these going. Just some of the leaves you just barely see. Notice the curve that we have. We don't want to stack one on top of the other. Oh boy, look at these more buds in there. Red, cad red light. This will pop some bud. Cad red light. Green on the tip. Come on up here. And let's come on and push and back. Notice how nothing is straight. Everything has a slight curve to it. We're going to take our green and phthalo yellow, sap green and phthalo yellow green. And we're going to come right up into this area here and put a little bit of down. See? And here. You love it? Remember, go out in the garden and study with roses. Take a look at them. You'll never want to paint anything else in your life except roses. Because other flowers, oh boy, you have peonies, I know, and you have mums, and you have this, and you have that, but they just don't quite, the flowers don't quite get it. Here's a little center in that one. And a little center in this one. Look at this painting pop. Now guys, this is gallery stuff. If you paint like this, if you can get close to it, I don't expect you guys to be, I don't even want you to paint like me. I want you to paint like you. I want you to take a little of me and a lot of you and put it into your painting. Okay. Yeah. And a little, maybe we'll have a little vine coming in. Look. Now you could, if we wanted to, we could break the corner here, but I'm not going to in this one. Let's get it. I'm just checking her out here. Oh, look at that. Look what gray does. Gray. Who ever heard of painting gray leaves? Hey, Harry, come in here. This guy on TV, he's painting gray leaves. You go out and look at rose leaves, and you'll see that some of them are kind of a greenish gray color. Now, we have another brush. This is super. You can see the little green shooting. This brush here is a mop brush. Let's come up and let me show you how we can take it and clean up some edges. I don't want to lose that beautiful green in there. But I see another petal in there. I see we're going to come down and pick up some white on our brush. These are synthetic brushes that come to a point, a nice chisel. Watch this. Push down, pull up, push down, pull up. You see how we just curved a petal over almost. Right in here, we'll paint back into that. You see that? Can you see how we just curved a petal over? Maybe there's another petal here. Now watch, I'm doing something you don't see me do. I push back. I push back and then go down. Push back and then go down. Push back and then, back and then. And what does that do? It gives a little build of paint, which gives you a little accent on the edge of that petal. Yeah, let me, oh, you know what, on the top, before I forget, way up on the top, we have some bud. Way up here. And we have a bud here. And pay attention to the little stuff. I'm going to take some crimson, really dark crimson. I want to darken it up just a little. And maybe just a little darker. A little ragged top. Then we're going to take our green, phthalo yellow green, and watch me put a little hood up. You see how I turn the brush to the side? Okay. Pay attention to the little guy. People get up next to your painting and they want to see some quality stuff in there. They don't want to see junk. Spend some time. Maybe where that bud comes down into, wait, you don't even see what I'm doing. I'm just picking up a little crimson. Where that bud comes down to the dark, it gets a little, you see that little bit of dark. You see the importance of doing the little stuff? Yes. Notice the curve. Love it. Let me show you some paintings. This was done by one of our certified teachers in Berlin, Germany. And this is painted, this is just a daisy painted by Eva Tadawalt. And I know I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, so please forgive Eva, but look at that, isn't that beautiful? This shows you the how just one flower can just be beautiful. I want to show you some roses that Eva painted too. And she is a certified teacher in Berlin. Look at this. Can you get in there? Yeah, oh boy, where are we? Yes, look at the flowers. Yeah, there we go. Look, she has dewdrops. Look at the dewdrops. You could do that in the painting we're doing today, if you like, which would be so cool. Okay, now let's take a look at our painting, make sure we're not leaving anything off of here. Do we have time for a dewdrop? Let me show you a dewdrop. Yeah, we do have time. We're going to take a little black. Zowie. And wait, let's get in here. And I want to show you, when you paint a dewdrop, you put the black in first. Actually, probably should be black and a little sap green. And you put the shadow in first. And then, after the shadow is in, you take a little bit of white, and the light comes in one side, and then we'll out the other. That's a little crude. And then we'll kind of, because it's translucent inside, it almost gets it. These go on better when it's dry. I'll stay right here and get this in. And now there's a little trail that runs down here where it's wet. It takes a little while to get these dewdrops in, guys. And again, if it doesn't go in for you, you can wipe it off. There, that's not too bad. Now it's best not, you can have 3 dewdrops, but don't go dewdrop crazy once you put them in. But people like to see them in there. Okie dokie. Let's take a look at the finished painting, because this is the one that will be in the book. And you can see it has a lot more detail in it than the painting that I did for you. But it has, look at that beauty. It almost looks like there's a mauve in there, a violet. So you guys, when you do your painting, put that in. I didn't get this vine in, the one we're doing, but you can put that in. So there's a lot of little stuff I might have left off. But I'm up here just to show you, give you a direction to go in, and just give you a little push. Then I can give you a little push about 50% of the way, and then it's up to you guys to take what I'm showing you and paint these roses. Let's go rose nutty out there. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget, and this is important, stop and smell and paint the roses till you drop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
don't know how it flowed in there.
Do you want to get some close-ups of those photos? Okay.
Hold up the first photo of the daisies. They didn't get in too close. They want to get in closer. I was hoping they would get in closer on them. Daisy.
Where are we? Find it, okay, focus of review. Okay.
Oh. Nice job, all. Carter, I mean, Tyler, don't forget the time. Yeah,
But you, Gary, you pronounced the name
but
correct.
Oh,
Very correct.
It takes,
Really.
I know. I just can't
it takes a little while to.
get them right. Not that,
You said you didn't pronounce it right, but was correct.
was it?
Yeah.
Thank you. He screwed up on the time. He says, I gave you your time. See, you forgot the 15-minute, and I just happened to say, did you give me my 15-minute yet? Because sometimes I think, oh, maybe I forgot.
Yeah, I had the
Right,
same
and
last
he
week.
goes, oh, and thank God it was close. He says, you got 14 minutes and some seconds left. And then when it got down to, he forgot to give me the 3-minute, but he finally did. And then when it got down to 3 minutes, you actually only had about 2 minutes or 2.5. Did you notice between your 3 and your 2 and your 1, it got real close? So he forgot a little bit. He did good though on the directing. I told him, I said, it takes a while to get used to doing all that. Huh?
Missed me on the palette.
Yeah, a couple times they shot down on the palette too when you were there, but, you know, this is his first time to do it.
They did good.
Yeah.
You go down the palette, there's nobody there.
I thought you were there.
You did pretty good though, Carter, I'll tell you, for your first time.
Way back when.
Thanks.
I mean, Tyler, why am I calling you Carter? I don't